everybody, I'm Anthony,
I'm John.
and this is the Dynamic Buzz. Every Tuesday, we bring you the latest in comic book news and our suggestions for comics that come out that week, and that was a long pause.
Yeah. This week is a big week for news, so I guess we better get started and try to get this all in a little bit of time, I guess we have. So first, we're going to start off with comic news, and then we're going to go into the movie news. But this comic news is big news. It's
big news.
Geoff Johns is leaving Green Lantern.
Yep. Geoff Johns, who started writing this title 9 years ago with Green Lantern Rebirth, has publicly announced that he is stepping down after Green Lantern issue 20, which will come out in May, right?
Yeah, it's going to be May.
But yeah, Geoff Johns has been around since Rebirth. He did the whole Sinestro War, Blackest Night, Brightest Day, the whole New 52 startup with the Green Lantern. He created the new cores, the red, the blue, all that. First Lantern, the Third Army, all of this has been Geoff Johns. And the fact that he has announced that he's stepping down is kind of a shock because this was his brainchild.
Yeah, well, all good things have to come to an end. This has to happen, I guess, eventually. But yeah, I'm not a big Geoff Johns fan, but I do like him a lot in Green Lantern. But it's still sad and all around DC Comics stuff.
Yeah, but he is going to continue to write for Justice League and Aquaman.
Yeah.
If I could pick, I kind of wish he would stop writing for Justice League and continue for Green Lantern. But we all don't get what we want.
Yeah, he had to move on eventually, and I guess this is his time. So the last issue will be issue number 20, and it will end in May, and it will be 64 pages. So seems like we're gonna get a big, huge ending to it. And
do you think they'll charge us extra like it would for an annual? It's in the fact that it's gonna be a big book.
$15 for Geoff Johns' last issue. No, yeah. I don't know. There'll be something. Yeah.
Right, but moving on, DC Comics has some cancellations coming up.
Yeah, they had just a big news week for DC Comics. They've canceled 6 comics. Fury of the Firestorm. Fury of
the Firestorm. And the Nuclear Men. My little brother's be pissed about that one.
The Savage Hawkman.
Not upset about that.
Deathstroke.
Not upset about that.
Team 7.
Not upset about that.
Sword of Sorcery.
Not upset about that.
And the Ravages.
Glad to see you go.
And, we've talked about the Savage Hawkman, how it's terrible, and, you've seen it coming.
Yeah.
So, all these comics will be canceled. It's good that they're canceled.
It's not a big loss.
Yeah. But, there's some good characters that are out of that stuff. Like, Hawkman, he'll be in, Justice League of America. What is it? Sword of Sorcery, Amethyst. She's in Justice League Dark. And then the Ravages has, Beast Boy and Terra, which they'll probably be in the Teen Titans pretty soon.
Possibly. Yeah, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But, none of these characters are big anymore. I kind of annoyed to see Deathstroke go, but he's such an important character.
He's gonna be in other. Yeah, he'll be in other stuff. But these are all they should be gone.
Yeah.
So they're terrible. Other big news for DC is Superboy, Supergirl, Batwing, and Legion of Superheroes are all getting new writers.
That's cool.
Actually, Legion of Superheroes, I don't know his name, but the original writer is coming back to write it. I don't know what the deal is.
I didn't really read the Legion of Superheroes. I can't stand when they do the future stuff happen at the same time as the present stuff. It doesn't. I don't think it's fun. But
and then annuals we're having is Batman and Batman the Dark Knight, which is okay.
Yeah.
Catwoman, Earth 2, and the Red Hood, which I'm hoping will be Arsenal origin story, possibly.
Really?
No, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I want an Arsenal, origin story.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll probably see that in DC Universe presents. But we'll see. I don't know. And then also, Trinity War starts this month. Not a big deal or anything, right?
Oh, I've been excited since Free Comic Book Day last year.
Yeah, so that should be exciting. There are also, DC Comics is getting 2 new comics. It's like We Are the 1%, and then the other one's We Are the 99%. It's about Occupy Wall Street. I hate any time they bring in politics to comics. It just ticks me off so much, and I'm not looking forward to this at all. One of them's going to be written by Gail Simone, which I guess that's okay. That's crazy that DC fired Gail Simone and now she's doing all kinds of stuff with them. But
Who is she sleeping with?
are you excited for this Occupy Wall Street stuff? Crap.
No, I'm not. Because, I mean, it's one thing, like, we recently were at a comic book shop in Yellow Springs, Superfly, and a guy had come in and he talked about what's changed in comic books. And one thing was, like, during events, like, big, like, events that happen in the world, and the superheroes would kind of intervene on that. I feel like with Katrina and all that, with big events that happened in the world that shook everything, it would have been nice to have a book about that or something that related to it. But if Occupy Wall Street's all we're willing to put our foot in, then I don't know. It seems like it's gonna slap too many people in the face.
Yeah, I'll probably read it for the sake of this show, but I am not.
I'll read it. I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, yeah, but that's a lot of DC comic news that we have in this past week, and I guess it's pretty good. And now they're having their little get together in North Carolina, which that's going to bring up all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's all we have pretty much for DC Comics.
Talk about Simone's Twitter.
Yeah, if you go on Gail Simone's Twitter, she's been talking just about different stuff. Oh, some of the writers have been talking much of this stuff. A bunch of stuff.
Her.
Yeah, it's not just her, but Gail Simone has been saying a bunch of just crazy stuff that just get people talking. It's just a bunch of made up rumors. They said like, "What? Flash has 4 legs?"
I saw that. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Have they lost their minds?"
She also said something about Superman getting a helmet now, or just a bunch of funny stuff that it seems like they're just having a good time, and hopefully. I think this is kind of like a creative workshop, but hopefully they're really getting together just to make this big, huge story. I don't know.
Well, I feel like they have to now link it all together. They can't. I feel that's what the big problem with a lot of the other titles, where we want them all to be separate, but they have to exist in the same world.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. We'll see though. Yeah. So DC comic news on to
Marvel news.
Marvel news. Kick-Ass 3 has been announced. The final, the grand finale of it, and.
More guts and rape.
He hates it. He hates Kick-Ass.
No. Let's not go over there and say I hate Kick-Ass. I thought the idea was cool until it just turned into this. Like, this is the believable story, but somehow this 7-year-old girl is getting, weapons of mass destruction and leaves it in her, like, teddy bears. That's believable.
I love the first one. The second one was awful. And Hit Girl is awful. I'm having high hopes for the third one. We'll see though. Yeah, I don't know. I'll check it out. Supposedly they were gonna make another one of Hit Girl's and Big Daddy's origin story, which I thought that was really cool. But then the writer said, "No, we're just gonna have flashbacks in the third one. So this is gonna be the last end. They're gonna have just an ending that that it ends. Like nothing else is gonna happen after this comic." And
what could happen at this point besides there just is like a massive like witch hunt for vigilantes.
Yeah,
that's all I could think would happen now.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's going to be in May, so it's kind of exciting news. I kind of want to see the ending of it. Hopefully they'll make a better one than the second one. And then also if there's going to be a third movie, they said it just depends on how Kick-Ass 2 does. So we'll see that. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a Kick-Ass 3.
Yeah.
Because the first movie didn't even do that good, money wise, but. I guess we'll see. Yeah. And then on to other, I guess we're going on to movie news now. This is about a DC Comics
movie news.
Yes. Justice League movie. They released their screenplay. Yeah. Or no, they didn't release their screenplay. They submitted their screenplay and it sucks.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man has released its synopsis.
Yeah.
2, sorry.
Yeah.
Not the original one.
Yeah, and it's it's kind of just obvious stuff. What's really important in there is, I guess, Peter and Gwen are about to graduate high school. Blah blah blah. That's weird. Is it says an old friend comes back, and that's Harry Osborn. But that's weird that it says
Let's not say that not be confirmed.
No, it is confirmed in there.
Okay.
It says Harry Osborn.
More that was a joke saying.
It says that it's Harry Osborn that's returning, and that's weird that they didn't mention him in the first one at all.
I mean, he could have just been like his dad. Like apparently in the movie, his dad's dying, so that's where he could have been. He could have been off at boarding school again, or studying abroad. I mean, he's an Osborn. There's 1,000 different things he could have been doing, and
I guess we'll find out in this movie. He's just gonna return. Harry, I missed you. Peter, I love you.
Or maybe it's to the point where they weren't that close of friends. They just knew each other. That's why they weren't. That's why it wasn't mentioned. Is that they had known each other in high school or in like middle school and elementary school, but they weren't like close. They come back and then Peter tutors him or something. They're best friends.
I guess we'll see, but also it seems like Electro is the main villain, and that's kind of surprising. I didn't think Electro would be. It says like Spider-Man has a new villain, and it's Electro, which I don't see Electro being a huge villain. I feel like there would have to be other villains in it.
I mean, it could be like, here he is as the threat that he's going to take all the, like, he's going to zap New York's power supply and get to stop him because, well, I mean, they're like, it's not a terrorist. Like, I think they were trying to say that they're trying to, because eventually the third movie will have to do with like Green Goblin and a big villain, and you can't do a big villain without it being a terrorist attack because all these movies are all terrorist movies. And I feel like this one could have been like, oh, he's going to zap the power in all New York, and that would shut down hospitals, so he has to stop him. So it's not, I don't know, it would just move it down, or he's just going to be a petty thief, which I would almost want.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of all these, like, I don't know, villains that are coming into...
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess there'll be more news in case we get another villain, because that Paul Giamatti, he has been confirmed for the movie now. We reported like 2 weeks ago on that he could possibly be Rhino. But the rumors are that he might play J.J. Jameson. And
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. I think that would be awesome. I could actually see him at
I think they should bring in the guy who was in the original Spider-Man movies.
I'm telling you, if you watch a movie with this guy in it, I feel like he's the exact same person. I feel like he would be perfect for this, and I could see it happen. And that's how that Felicia Jones would get brought in. She hasn't been confirmed for the cast either, but that's how she would get brought in as the assistant.
Oh yeah, as Betty something.
Yeah,
but we'll worry about that.
And then there's also another character, Colum Fur. I don't know who he is at all. I guess he was in Thor.
He was in Thor. He played Lord King Loki, not Loki, Lofty. He was the ice giant, the frost giant, the king of them. So, I mean, I didn't know who it was until I really looked at it, and I looked at Frost Giant King, that guy, and I was like, oh, it's him.
Yeah, the only character I could see him playing is probably Norman Osborn, which I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess that we'll finally find out eventually, or maybe we won't until we watch the movie.
Yeah, I mean. What happened to the old days when you didn't know about a movie until you went to the theater and saw the trailer for it? Yeah. Now we pretty much know what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah. Well, on to another superhero news. Guardians of the Galaxy found their Star-Lord / Peter Quill. It's going to be Chris Pratt. And if you guys don't know him, he was in Parks and Rec. That's on TV right now. And he was in Zero Dark 30. He made a little appearance. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It was. He made like a small appearance, but now he's like considered one of the main actors in it. I don't know, but going on, he is the main actor, and I don't know. I don't
like it.
I don't like it. Everybody they were interviewing, they're looking for this. I know I'm gonna get crap for this. They were looking for this hot guy to play this character, Star-Lord. Like in the new Guardians of the Galaxy comic book, he's like this blonde, just wavy hair character. He's like a golden boy, but now we get this guy, and I don't know. I don't see it. You don't act like you don't believe the same thing.
No, I won't go into detail with this wavy hair.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, he doesn't look like I would imagine Peter Quill to look, especially with the new comic coming out. And in the comic, the man is a decent build of envious features. What? I'm saying envious features. I'm not saying that. Oh, look at him.
Yeah, but one thing good to come out of this is he's kind of a no-name actor, which you don't want some. They were looking at Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I wouldn't want a big actor to play this role. They're starting to. I guess they wanted a kind of a no-name actor to get in there and then kind of make a name for herself with this movie, but. I don't know. I was looking at pictures just to find pictures of him to put on the show, and there was a picture that showed like Star Lord and then him, and it was like him taking a picture of himself in the mirror. He's like super. I guess he's been working out for this role or whatever. I can't believe I caught myself looking at that.
John is so excited.
No. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm not kind of excited for it, but
Yeah.
I still have high hopes for this movie, even though it continues to disappoint me in some way with like the voice of Rocket Raccoon possibly being Adam Sandler.
God, I'm sorry, that would piss me off because that was last week. We won't talk about this week.
Yeah. But now, our final news of the day is pretty big news. Another big Star Wars news is they're confirmed to have a standalone movies of Star Wars characters. And it was rumor Yoda being a standalone, but now I guess it's confirmed that Boba Fett,
young Han Solo,
and that's all. But it's still rumored that Yoda will get his, Darth Vader will get his, after when he becomes Darth Vader, the time between episodes, blah blah blah, and then I seen something Jabba the Hutt getting his own.
What?
Gosh, that would be terrible. He's just sitting there the whole movie like.
And it's just like through the lives of the different girls that are chained to him.
Yeah. Oh.
So he eats them. God.
The thing I have a problem with these standalone movies, especially the Boba Fett. Boba Fett would be okay. That's what I call him as a kid, and I can never get that name out.
No, I think a Boba Fett movie would be kind of cool because it would go off of. It wouldn't be surrounded with the whole Star Wars lore. I mean, the books and everything will say something different, but in the movies, he only was in the end of the second one and the beginning of the first.
He only says a couple characters. He only says a couple words.
It's Twitter.
Yeah. And I guess it would be okay. The problem I have is the young Han Solo movie. They would have to get someone perfect to play, a young Han Solo, because Harrison Ford just does it perfect for me. I don't know.
Just because that was the role he brought into, just like you can have a new Indiana Jones. I'm thinking that it wouldn't make sense and it wouldn't be entertaining because I won't say it wouldn't be entertaining. It would be, but I just couldn't see it being fun because it's like watching the Star Wars Clone Wars. Like you're into it and you enjoy it, but like you know what the outcome's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a slap in the face. Why can't we just keep the forward moving forward? Why can't we just move on and
well, I can see them getting a dumb actor and then it just ruins the character.
A comedian, probably.
I love Harrison Ford as Han Solo. That's like my favorite character of his, and it would just. They can't have this movie because it would just ruin for me. I don't know. I just cannot watch this.
I think all these similar movies are going to ruin it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Disney trying to make money.
That's what I was starting to think too. Like,
That's the only reason.
What if like Star Wars just gets old? Like they just keep on coming out with stuff, and you're just like, really another thing? Like they're just going to keep on hitting you with movies. They're going to keep hitting you with shows.
It's going to be the next Air Bud.
Air Bud?
Yeah. Every 5 days you find out there's a new Air Bud movie. Air Buddies go to space. Air Buddy Easter. Air Bud saves Santa Claus.
Han Solo and Air Bud. Young Han Solo and Air Bud. Whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, and then also the rumor of Yoda.
That would be terrible.
That would be terrible because Yoda's kind of like this mysterious character. You don't really know anything about his past.
Yeah, no, you
because
enjoy that.
Yeah, you don't want to know anything about his past, and I would just hate that.
The Darth Vader one would have conflict because even though they technically said that game, the Star Wars Force Unleashed 1 and 2 happened between. Yeah. They said that it technically didn't happen, but for all that people are gonna be. That's what I would want to watch. I would gladly accept that if it was a movie.
What if they made a movie? I doubt they would make a movie like, based on that game, but what if they did? I really love those games. And I think that story was great. I think it would be
cool if they did an alternate universe like they did with Star Trek.
That's too much. They would just come out with double movies and everything.
Double movies. If they even made that movie, I'd enjoy it. I don't think they should make any standalones. I think you agree with me that it's... Financially, for them, I guess I'll make them some money, but because a lot of us are going to say I wouldn't go see it. And like you and I right now can say I would never see it, but when it hits the silver screen,
I'll for sure see it.
I won't see it opening night. I'll see it the day after.
Yeah. Yeah, but even though we don't want to see standalone movies, what possible ones would you want to see? I said Darth Maul. I think that would be an awesome.
He's already getting some stuff with Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is I think
well,
it's kind of cool.
Like an origin, kind of like how he became.
There's a fan one if you look it up online.
That's not the same thing.
I'll link it in my blog. But standalone movies.
What about Jar Jar Binks? Jar Jar Binks?
Go. I'll finish this by myself.
I'm just kidding. That would be terrible. That would be an awful movie. Watch it come out with a kid show. It's like Jar Jar and the kids.
Jar Jar and kids. Jar Jar and friends.
Jar Jar and friends.
Welcome, kids.
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney sees this and they're like, "Wow, that is a great idea."
He's at Disney World now, like chasing kids down.
Yeah, but I also thought it would be an awesome movie. Obi-Wan's like origin story. No.
Because an origin story, you'd have to have Qui-Gon Jinn, and I like the way they set it up. I like the mystery. I like not knowing everything about these characters. I don't want to know their lives. I don't know. There's just a point where they need to not tell me things. Keep it from me. Like, make me, I don't know, intrigue the viewers by having that mysterious character. But if you're going to go and, like, say, well, this is why this person's like this is their origin story. I'm getting tired of origin stories. I want to have a, something with a consequence.
I guess I would like a Darth Maul origin story, though.
What else?
So think about it.
Or, even if they did Knights of the Old Republic. That'd be kind of cool. But, food for thought.
Yeah, but that wraps up all our news. We got through it pretty fast with a lot of news hitting us, this is all big news, I feel like, to us. But, yeah, we got through it together. And I guess now we go on to our comic picks of the week.
Comic picks of the week.
Yeah. So, the first one we like to start off with is Uncanny X-Men #1. Now, this one is, if you guys have been reading All New X-Men, it's Cyclops. There's been 2 stories in All New X-Men. It's about these, the X-Men, the original X-Men come to the future, blah, blah, blah. And Cyclops has been getting a team together, and this is basically going to be Cyclops' team.
Okay. Doesn't he have a school now? His own school?
Well, yeah, it's where Logan was made into Wolverine. That's the place. Oh. They've been recruiting characters and stuff, and they've recruited, I think, like 3 characters. Mm-hmm. If I remember from All New X-Men, and they're going to form it in with Magneto, Emma Frost, and Magic. Yeah.
Didn't he? I thought he killed Emma Frost.
No, she's still here.
God, I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, but this is going to be their team. It should be okay story. I'm going to read it because I just love X-Men, but it should be interesting how this ties into all the other Marvel Now X-Men that are in right now, because this seems like it's pretty much All New X-Men. Mm-hmm. And for me, All New X-Men is getting kind of boring, even though I really, really loved it at the beginning. But this might be the new title that I really like. But
its momentum's died down.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
The next one we have is Secret Avengers #1.
I don't know too much about it except for that it has Hawkeye, Black Widow, the new Nick Fury Jr., right?
Yeah.
The Hulk, Winter Soldier, Mara Hill, and Coulson.
Yeah,
Coulson.
Yeah, this is pretty much, I guess, something they could bring in from the movies. The cover just looks like, if you see the drawings of the characters, it looks like the exact actors of them. So it seems like they're just going to bring this in like it's related to the movie. But supposedly it's like Spec Op things. Like there's top secret missions. Hence Secret Avengers, I guess. But
I get it now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marvel. You got me.
I'll read this one, but I doubt it'll be any good. I'm not having high hopes for it.
I don't really like Coulson in the comics anymore. Well, I knew they tried doing a little stuff with him after the first Avengers thing stuff. Wow. The first Avenger movie came out and they started doing comics with Coulson, and they made him this 007 super secret agent. And that wasn't the cool part. The fact that he was like this goofy 5'8",
Hopefully they bring that in this. That would be interesting.
Yeah. I want to see him be a goof again.
Yeah. We'll see, though. And then our big pick is
Batman #17. Boom.
The end of the Death of the Family series. And
so excited.
This has got us has made us use so much money on this series and so much reading and so just
24 issues. I'm pretty
24?
sure has been
Gosh.
connected to,
And we practically have all of them.
except for Suicide Squad,
Yeah, but it's
Catwoman.
yeah. I think I have one Catwoman. I don't know. We have you Batgirl. I don't know.
Yeah,
Going on.
I do.
Going on. This is the very end, and we couldn't be more excited. If you can't tell on my face right now, I am so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. I'll even call it right now that this will be the number one pick that we'll have on Friday. But like I said, like you said, I'm excited for it because they've hinted that this will be the final. This is the final dance with Joker and Batman. I don't know if that means they're gonna kill Joker off again or have him disappear again.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. What? Because you know how I think you told me that people like Dan Slott told Scott Snyder that because of this people are going to hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And what if they do kill Joker? That would be something that people would get really mad about.
People got pissed at the end of never mind.
Yeah.
That's a spoiler.
This could be interesting. Maybe Joker, because Joker keeps on saying that it's just him and Batman. What if he's part of the family and he's the one that does? You heard it here. You heard it here. Yeah.
Not happy with that. But no, I mean, I'm excited for it. I don't want to talk about it too much before Thursday.
Yeah.
But we had a blog that released, and we'll find out what's underneath the platter because that's been a big thing.
That's shown in every end of every single issue.
The last ones. Except for Batgirl, because Batgirl won't be there. He didn't kidnap Batgirl. He kidnapped Robin, Nightwing, Red Robin, and Robin. So she's going to be the only one not put into this. What if Batwing showed up and saved everybody?
I've came all the way from Africa to save you guys.
Is there something wrong with the Black Batman?
No, I'm just saying.
Is there something wrong with the Black Batman?
No, he hasn't been a part. He hasn't been a part of this the whole time, and he's just going to come out of nowhere.
So he could have been there.
That's how he gets his new armor that he's supposed to get. Whatever. We're moving on. Yeah, so it's an exciting week in comics, kind of. Just Batman kind of brings the excitement, I would say.
Yeah.
And then, what else comics did we got?
Comics we have this week are Batman Robin 17, Batgirl 17, Superboy 17, Katana number 1, we'll talk about that later, Uncanny X-Men number 1, Age of Apocalypse number 12, Secret Avengers number 1, Fantastic Four issue 4, funny, Bravest Warriors issue 5 of 6, Superbia issue 4, and The Walking Dead 107.
Yeah. Well, all you fans that love Young Romance out there, Batgirl should be pretty good because the story from Young Romance is supposed to continue in Batman 17. I can't wait till she falls in love with that hobo/criminal that they kiss at the end of it.
You're such romantic.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I just love. Yeah. So it's.
But no, I won't buy it, but I'm excited to read Katana.
I'm not. That's going to be awful. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you now, the next couple months, it's going to be just like Sword of Sorcery. It's going to last a couple issues. They're going to cancel it. I'm calling it right here, and we're going to refer back to this episode when it does.
So you're saying it won't make it? It won't make it past how many solicits? Nah. How many months do you think it's going to make? I think issue 7 is when I think it'll end.
Yeah, it's. I don't have high hopes for this at all. I think it's going to be terrible.
Well, it's the first of the new comics because next week Vibe and Justice League of America come out. So
yeah, that should be exciting. Yeah, it's kind of a slow week in comics, but just the Batman thing makes it really exciting. Batman Robin should be good. It's been good the past couple issues, and then Batgirl should be okay. But we'll see. Marvel Comics got a lot of comics coming out, and
Batman and Robin's going to be not. It won't have anything to do with Death of the Family or post Death of the Family. It'll be its own story, which I honestly think I like the whole Batman. If anything like the annual, where it was its own standalone story. I thought it was kind of cool. So
yep,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that wraps up all our comic news now. Well, comic releases. So and that just wraps up the show.
Yeah. So like always. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, comment on our blog, see our website, subscribe to us on YouTube. What else are we doing? Social media. When we get an Instagram, follow us on Instagram.
when we get MySpace. We still have to make that. But yeah, all links are in the description if you haven't noticed when pointing. So go check that out. Click away, my young sons. Yeah. Yeah, that wraps it all up. It was a big news episode, but I think we put it all in. Made it all great.
Alright.
So we'll see you guys Friday when we have our picks of the week. And then if you don't check us out Friday, we'll just see you next Tuesday. So we'll see you.
Or whenever, because you can see us whenever.
Yeah,
He's not
whatever.
telling you what to do.
It's the Dynamic Buzz, and we are out.